Hi, let's talk about the grip for the serve. It's so important, and I think it's really underestimated. Everyone thinks they can slide by cheating a little bit. You really can't. I don't care what level you are, whether you're beginning or whether you're on the pro tour, your grip is going to be the most important thing for your serve. How you hold on to a racket determines how your wrist is going to move, how your elbow and your shoulder are going to move, and then that bleeds down to the rest of your body. So if it's not in the right place, your whole body can't act in the right way to produce an effective and somewhat natural service motion. I think the biggest driver in this whole thing is the edge of the racket. The more your grip is in the correct position over towards the continental side, the more edge goes forward. And nobody is comfortable until you understand it with this going forward. You just don't get it, you don't trust it, and the ball doesn't go very far or very fast. You seem like you can get the ball to go further and faster with flat strings, but that compromises the whole chain of action for getting a powerful serve going. So we kind of have to get over that edge, and that's where we're going to use ServeMaster. We're going to use the 2-ball right now because it's easier to get around. It's weighted on the end, it's got this flexible cord, and it's got a 3/8 grip on it. And you see it's got a right-handed check mark and a left-handed check mark. So we're just going to put our hand on there, on that grip. And so for your serve, you're always going to be moving to the left with your grip. If you're going to be hitting a kick or a topspin serve, we're going to be moving to the left. We're really never going to move to the right towards our forehand for a serve. Okay, so you kind of have to remember that one. Now, the big plus here is this thing is flexible, and so what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get the serve to be a swing path. Okay, we come out and we say we want to hit serves, but we really don't want to hit serves. We want to put a ball in the way of a swing path. And so when you start thinking that way, instead of I'm going to toss it up and hit it, as opposed to I'm going to create a pattern and I'm going to put the ball in there, you're going to do a whole lot better. So we're going to look for a swing pattern that looks something like this. Now, it's a classic motion. I'm going to keep my feet in a platform stance, so that can change. We'll talk about that later. But we want it to look something like this, where it's nice and smooth and continuous, right? It looks really easy. I'm not straining and I'm not getting up trying to hit anything. I'm trying to create a pattern, and that takes coordination with my entire body. I can't keep this moving without the correct grip. Right? So since the grip is really a big mental and physical obstacle, we're going to just work on sort of the mental part of it right now, along with a little bit of physical, and just knowing that there's no edge, right? This is a round weighted surface, and so I don't have to know where my racket face is. It doesn't make any difference. So I'm just going to get used to feeling what this swing feels like with my hand in the right place. So, and I don't have to worry about where this is, whether it's here or here. And I also, the huge thing is, I don't have to worry about negative results of where my ball goes, because that is just a terrible way to practice. We're usually so focused on an end goal, like the ball going in the box, or the ball going in the corner, or going hard, that we then don't think about how are we going to actually get that to do that more often, with less effort, with more pop, all of those things. So you don't care about results right now. So we're just going to learn to swing with this and let it be comfortable. And you're just going to play around with it if you've got a ServeMaster. So we're just going to let you play with it a little bit. Get used to what this hand feels like. It should be very loose on the grip, and it should be low. So this part of my hand, the butt of my hand, is hanging off. My pinky is holding onto the flared end. That's what that flared end on the tennis racket is for. Okay? And we're going to see if you can just get this thing moving very gently and continuously. Look, I'm not doing a lot, and I'm not reaching up. I'm just trying to go through the motion, and you notice it's taking my entire body, right? I'm not standing with straight legs and just my arm and going like this, because you notice now it looks very different. I'm just gently going back and forward, and everything is super loose. My wrist is really loose, my hand is really loose, and my left arm is helping me out. And I just want you guys to try and feel that. Just try and feel it, because that's going to be the most important thing. And you can get your hand on your racket, and I wouldn't start with a full hand on here. I'd start with 2 fingers So just take your continental grip or your grip over here, V in your hand over on the left bevel, and we're going to slide it all the way down, and we're going to have 2 fingers hanging off, see that? And 2 fingers on. And we're going to do the same thing I was just doing. It's going to feel totally out of control, totally loose, but that's really what we want, right? That's what we're looking for. And so you're going to get used to what that floppy racket head feels like, and you're going to start to be aware of where your edge is and all that stuff, but don't worry about it, because we're not even going to hit a ball in this first couple of exercises. So that's all you're going to be doing. You're going to be finding your grip, use your ServeMaster first, and let's see if you can go through your motion, right? One at a time, not continuous motion, just nice and loose. Try and transfer it to your racket, where you're just going through with 2 fingers, and that's going to help your serve immediately, because when we can't conquer any of the other stuff until you start to get a reasonable thought that you can use the correct grip.